Join us as we reveal this one simple trick that dog trainers really hate. Let's see if it actually works. A widely discussed dog training trick has recently stirred up considerable debate within the professional training community. While some pet owners praise its simplicity and effectiveness, many trainers express strong concerns about its methods and long-term impact. The controversy largely centers on whether the technique prioritizes quick results over the well-being of the dog. Professional trainers argue that certain shortcuts can undermine trust and potentially cause behavioral issues. As the field of dog training evolves, these disagreements highlight the importance of understanding both the science behind training methods and the ethical considerations involved. The ongoing debate underscores a broader shift towards more humane and evidence-based approaches in dog training. In recent years, dog training has undergone a remarkable transformation. Traditional methods, which often relied on punishment or dominance-based techniques, are increasingly being replaced by science-backed, positive reinforcement approaches. Modern trainers now emphasize rewarding desired behaviors, fostering a more trusting and cooperative relationship between dogs and their owners. Techniques like clicker training and cognitive games have gained popularity for their effectiveness and humane nature. Research has shown that these methods not only improve obedience, but also support the mental and emotional well-being of dogs. As a result, leading organizations and professionals in the field advocate for these progressive strategies, marking a clear departure from the aversive practices of the past. Positive reinforcement techniques have become increasingly popular in the world of dog training due to their effectiveness and humane approach. One widely used method is clicker training, which involves using a small device that makes a distinct sound to mark desired behaviors. When a dog performs the correct action, the click is immediately followed by a reward, such as a treat or praise. This clear and consistent feedback helps dogs quickly understand which behaviors are encouraged. Unlike aversive methods that rely on punishment or discomfort, positive reinforcement builds trust and strengthens the bond between dogs and their owners. As more trainers and pet owners witness the benefits, these techniques are now recommended by leading animal behavior organizations and are reshaping modern dog training standards. Aversive training methods, such as shock collars and choke chains, have long been used to correct unwanted behaviors in dogs by applying discomfort or pain. These techniques are designed to discourage certain actions, but they have become increasingly controversial within the dog training community. Recent research has shown that aversive methods can lead to heightened stress, anxiety, and even behavioral problems in dogs. Many professional organizations, including the American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior, now strongly discourage their use. Critics argue that these tools can damage the bond between dogs and their owners and may compromise the animal's well-being. As a result, there is a growing movement towards more humane, positive reinforcement-based approaches to dog training. Scientific research has consistently shown that aversive training methods, such as the use of shock collars, choke chains, or prong collars, can have detrimental effects on dogs. Studies indicate that these techniques often lead to increased levels of stress, as evidenced by elevated cortisol levels and anxious behaviors. Dogs subjected to aversive methods are more likely to develop behavioral problems, including aggression, fearfulness, and avoidance. A comprehensive review of multiple peer-reviewed studies found a clear link between aversive training and negative emotional states in dogs. Experts now widely agree that these methods can compromise both the physical and psychological well-being of pets. As a result, many professional organizations strongly discourage the use of aversive techniques in favor of more humane, positive reinforcement approaches. Professional organizations in the field of dog training have taken a clear stance in favor of positive reinforcement methods. Groups such as the American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior and the Association of Professional Dog Trainers strongly advocate for training approaches that reward desired behaviors, fostering trust and cooperation between dogs and their owners. These organizations discourage the use of aversive techniques, such as shock collars or choke chains, citing research that links such methods to increased stress and behavioral issues in dogs. Their guidelines emphasize the importance of humane, science-based practices that prioritize the well-being of animals. By promoting positive reinforcement, these organizations aim to set a standard for effective and compassionate dog training. Some dog trainers express strong opposition to simple or unconventional tricks because they often raise important concerns about safety, effectiveness, and the overall welfare of the dog. Techniques that promise quick fixes may overlook the complexities of canine behavior, potentially leading to unintended consequences. For example, methods that rely on aversive tools or punishment can cause stress, anxiety, or even physical harm to dogs. Professional trainers emphasize that effective training should prioritize positive reinforcement and foster a trusting relationship between the dog and its owner. They worry that shortcuts might undermine long-term behavioral success and compromise the animal's well-being. As a result, many trainers advocate for evidence-based approaches that ensure both safety and humane treatment. Cognitive training methods are transforming the way we interact with our dogs by focusing on their mental abilities as well as their behavior. These techniques go beyond basic commands, encouraging dogs to solve puzzles, make choices, and engage in interactive games. By stimulating a dog's mind, cognitive training helps prevent boredom and reduces unwanted behaviors. Owners are also finding that these methods deepen their bond with their pets as they learn to better interpret canine signals and responses. Advances in technology, such as apps that interpret body language or devices that allow dogs to communicate specific needs, are further enhancing this connection. Ultimately, cognitive training not only enriches a dog's life, but also fosters clearer, more effective communication between dogs and their humans. Innovative tools and techniques are transforming the landscape of dog training. Puzzle toys, for example, challenge dogs mentally by encouraging them to solve problems in exchange for treats, helping to reduce boredom and promote cognitive development. Communication devices, such as button boards, allow dogs to express their needs by pressing buttons that correspond to specific words or phrases. These advancements not only enhance the training process, but also deepen the bond between dogs and their owners. Additionally, interactive apps and wearable technology are making it easier for owners to monitor their dog's behavior and progress. Together, these modern tools are paving the way for more effective, engaging, and humane training methods. Traditional dog training often relied on so-called one simple trick techniques, which promised quick results through straightforward methods. These approaches sometimes used aversive tools like shock collars or choke chains to discourage unwanted behaviors. However, recent research has shown that such methods can cause stress and even lead to behavioral problems in dogs. In contrast, modern training emphasizes positive reinforcement, rewarding desired behaviors to build trust and encourage learning. Techniques like clicker training and cognitive games not only foster a stronger bond between dogs and their owners, but also support the animal's mental well-being. Leading organizations now advocate for these humane, evidence-based methods, marking a significant shift in the field of dog training. When selecting a training method for your dog, it's important to consider approaches that prioritize your pet's well-being and foster a lasting, positive relationship. Modern research strongly supports positive reinforcement techniques, such as rewarding desired behaviors with treats or praise, as these methods encourage learning without causing stress or fear. Avoiding aversive tools like shock collars or choke chains is crucial, since these can lead to anxiety and behavioral problems. Look for trainers or programs that emphasize humane, science-based practices and are endorsed by reputable organizations. Engaging your dog's mind through interactive games and cognitive challenges can also enhance their development and happiness. By focusing on gentle, effective strategies, you help ensure your dog thrives both emotionally and behaviorally. Over the years, dog training has undergone a remarkable transformation. Traditional methods that relied on punishment or aversive tools have largely given way to approaches centered on positive reinforcement and mutual understanding. Research consistently shows that humane techniques not only foster better behavior, but also strengthen the bond between dogs and their owners. Today, trainers and experts emphasize the importance of rewarding desired behaviors and engaging dogs' minds through cognitive activities. This evolution reflects a growing recognition of dogs' emotional and psychological needs. By embracing positive, effective methods, we ensure that training is both successful and supportive of our canine companions' well-being. If you love dogs as much as we do, paw that like button, share with other dog lovers, and subscribe for more training tips.